Honor Club, where honor is real.
I don't think I've ever considered myself a tag team wrestler. Like, I've been in tag teams. Obviously, PCO and I were very successful together as a tag team. Prior to being in Ring of Honor, I was in a longtime tag team with Tyler Bateman. And that was kind of my only experience with tag team wrestling. But I always very much focused on being a singles competitor. And I think now it's more of the Ring of Honor audience seeing my true self, the true Brody King, and what I can bring to Ring of Honor and bring to professional wrestling. I feel like there's not really a hurdle for me to, like, okay, well, I'm not a tag team wrestler anymore. How do I become a singles wrestler? It's like, now you're just going to see, what I've been essentially holding back, I guess.
Okay. Well, yeah, if my research is correct, the match with Dalton was only your third singles match in Ring of Honor. You had one with Jeff Cobb, another one with Ray Horace, and I think Dalton was the third one, unless I'm missing one. I want to ask you about that match with Cobb, though, which was about a year ago, a little over a year ago. I can't believe it's been that long, but that first singles match, it was before the Death Before Dishonor pay-per-view. It was a dark match, so to speak, or a Honor Club exclusive, I guess would be more accurate. Did you feel like, because that was your first singles match in Ring of Honor, that was sort of an eye-opener for fans who maybe weren't familiar with what you did before you came to Ring of Honor? Did you feel like, okay, I've got something to prove because this is the first time they've seen me on my own?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there was kind of multiple factors into that. I mean, Jeff Cobb is one of the greatest athletes, I think, in wrestling today, if not ever. I mean, the man is, his credentials speak for themselves, so to say. And to have my first singles match be up against him, that is like, I have to be at his level. If not, I have to exceed it. So that's already the first obstacle. On top of that, we're on the pre-show. So it's like, people always have this, like, idea of you have to be the main event. Right. But I want every match to be the main event, or main event quality. And I think me and Jeff really saw that as an opportunity to really, try to steal the show, essentially. It was like, if they're going to put us on the pre-show, then we're going to make it the best damn pre-show we can. And I think that is one of my favorite matches, maybe in my entire wrestling career so far.
Wow.
Because both of us, we went out there and we really we didn't give it a pre-show dark match effort. We went out there like we were main eventing in Madison Square Garden, and we beat the hell out of each other, and we went for broke.
Yeah, it was a great match, no question about it. And I think the thing people need to understand is that, pre-show or whatever you want to call it, I think does, in some circles have almost a negative connotation. It's like, well, this wasn't good enough to be on the main show. And I know in Ring of Honor internally, I know we talked about that's not the mentality here. The idea is we want it to be a really good kick-ass match that people watch and think, wow, this is great. I just saw this for free. Maybe I'll want to buy the pay-per-view, or maybe I'm seeing Ring of Honor for the first time because, this match is free. I can watch it. And then, the match is so good that they get hooked. So it's not like in any way it's a preliminary match, or it's, let's throw a couple of guys at the bottom of the card out there. The match with you and Jeff is a perfect example of that. I think we had Roosh and Flip Gordon in another one of these pre-show matches. So I know that, the thought was never like, this is a match that's not, quality-wise pay-per-view worthy. It was actually just the opposite. So, and I think that's why you guys were chosen to be in that spot. Same with Flip and Roosh and whatever other matches we've had in that spot. I want to talk to you, though, about when you first came to Ring of Honor. It was the end of 2018. You, within a couple of months, you find yourself as a double champion. As I said at the beginning of the show, you were tag team champion. You were also 6-man tag team champion, and you won those titles back to back within a 24-hour span. Did you expect success
with a broken hand?
I'm sorry?
With a broken hand.
I was going to get to that. I was going to get to you wrestling with injuries. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, go ahead and talk about that. Having success that quickly, just a few months in, 2 belts to wear around your waist, and doing it with a broken hand.
So when I got the call from Ring of Honor, I didn't know what to expect. At first, it was kind of like, hey, would you be interested in coming and doing a couple shows and like see where it goes from there? And then it like rapidly turned into, hey, would you be interested in signing an exclusive contract? And it's like, I feel like, that's most independent wrestlers' dream essentially. And it's like, so it all kind of came really quickly. And, I was just happy to be asked to be there. And then they basically say, hey, so this is the deal. Cody and the Young Bucks and all those guys, they're leaving. You are essentially now in the top group spot. So sink or swim. And it's like, I thrive on competition. I thrive on constantly being pushed. I feel like if I'm not being pushed and if I don't have someone to compete against, then I'm not showing my best effort. And kind of being in that spot, it's like, historically, Ring of Honor has produced the greatest wrestlers that the sport has ever seen. And that means a lot to me. And I want to be recognized with the greats one day. Obviously that's not now, but to come in and be positioned in the spot that we were at, and then within a few months get that much success, and then be in a huge match at Madison Square Garden. It's like, my thought was like, oh man, I just got signed to Ring of Honor. Maybe I'll be in the battle royale at Madison Square Garden. And then it's like, oh no, you're going to have like a championship title match there. That's mind blowing.
Yeah. And getting in the ring, you and PCO getting in the ring at the Garden with the Briscoes and the Gorillas of Destiny. I mean, you can't ask for a much more star-studded tag team match with gold on the line, 2 sets of titles on the line.
The Briscoes are hands down, in my opinion, one of the greatest tag teams of all time in any company ever. And the Gorillas of Destiny, they've been proven time and time again to be one of the best, especially in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So yeah, and then Evil and Sonata, like obviously their merits speak for themselves. So stepping into the ring with them was like, we're swimming with the sharks now. So that was a huge, huge moment.